It's time for Dumb Crook News. Dumb Crook stories gleaned from you, the Big Show listener, from around the world. The address will follow this report. A Toledo, Ohio stick-up artist. Oh, you must be pretty good to be an artist.
Yeah, well, there you go.
See, well,
let's find out.
This one had a world of trouble during a robbery attempt.
Uh-oh.
First, he tried to disable the cash register by cutting the power cord. He got a nasty electrical shock. Then he asked for a bag to put the money in and became confused when the clerk asked, paper or plastic?
Well, he'd just been shocked by the cash register.
I didn't know there'd be a test.
The would-be robber left the scene, leaving his knife behind. And he was arrested several hours later after robbing a pizza shop. The police picked him up on a street corner where he was waiting for his getaway driver, who was running a few minutes late.
Oh, Lord, if I'm not meant for a life of crime, give me a sign.
Maybe he just wasn't the getaway driver artist.
Yeah.
Well, a man who was hit by a bus won a $600,000 judgment against the Washington, D.C. Transportation Authority. The plaintiff was awarded the money despite the fact he was legally drunk at the time and partying on a public street in a Batman costume.
Your Honor, they didn't know if I wasn't the real Batman. What if it was me?
A man in Washington State was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison for a bacon-related assault. The defendant and an accomplice beat a man up, tied him to a tree, and covered him with bacon in the hopes that wild animals would attack the victim. Though greasy, he survived. A mother and father in Cape May, New Jersey were sentenced to 6 months in jail for child abandonment. Authorities say that while their unruly 13-year-old son was hospitalized, the couple had packed up their belongings and moved to Inglewood, California. A crook in Coral Springs, Florida, approached a car, forced the driver into the trunk, and drove off in the vehicle. During the getaway, the carjacker began to wonder if the driver might be carrying a cell phone, which he could use to alert police. So he stopped the car. The crook opened the trunk and discovered the man holding not a phone, but 2 pistols he had stored in the trunk.
This happens to me all the time.
Carjacker was arrested after being treated for a minor gunshot wound. Pull that trigger. A 22-year-old fugitive fled Essex County, New York, after being indicted on burglary charges. Over a year later, he called police from Auburn, Georgia, to tell him to give up looking for him and to stop harassing his family. He also told the cops he knew that it took at least 3 minutes to trace a phone call, then hung up, but caller ID works a lot faster than a phone trace. So when the suspect called back a few minutes later to taunt the cops again,
that was so good, I'm going to do it again.
Authorities had already pinpointed his location and sent Georgia police over to pick him up. The officer who took the call was able to listen in as the man who couldn't be caught got caught.
Nice. Apparently got all this crime info from an old episode of Ironside or something.
A woman was arrested in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, and charged with making 17 bomb threats. She also threatened to shoot several people. Police say the woman, a 5th grade school teacher, was upset because she had recently been reassigned to teach 4th grade.
Well, you don't know what it's like.
I can see Helen Crump doing that.
No. I hope not, yeah.
A man jumped on the hood of a woman's car in a Walmart parking lot in Daytona Beach. Well, that happens all the time. Let's see what happened. The man told the woman to hand over her cash, and to show he was serious, used his gun to smash through the car's windshield. But when he punched through the glass, he dropped the gun, which landed right in the victim's lap. So the surprised woman picked up the gun and pointed it at the attacker, who jumped off the car and made a run for it. During his getaway, the suspect dropped his cell phone, which made it easy for cops to identify him and make a quick arrest.
Yikes.
I love that. Police picked up a man walking on the side of U.S. Highway 70 in Doña Ana County, Texas. The man attracted attention because he was drunk and naked.
Oh,
And his artificial leg was on fire.
Oh, yeah.
He's got all kinds of reasons to attract attention.
The man was transported to a nearby hospital with burns on his lower back and buttocks. He told the cops he'd made a bet with some friends about who could drink the most beer.
I'm guessing he lost.
Yes, he did. He lost, so his buddies set his artificial leg on fire. Well, the man says he peeled out of his clothes when the flames reached his butt.
As one does.
Says his friends were driving him to the hospital, but chickened out and dumped him along the highway.
That's happened to me.
Did he consider asking his friends to stop when they were setting him on fire? No, he said, I lost the bet.
I'm a man of honor.
He was treated for his injuries at the Texas Burn Center.
oh my.
And finally, security agents at Toronto International Airport arrested a 40-year-old man for smuggling drugs. The suspect had swallowed 76 packets of cocaine and tried to slip them into Canada, but he didn't go down without a fight. Authorities say the man was able to control his bowels so well that it took 3 weeks for him to finish gathering all the evidence against him. Oh, man.
They're calling that control, huh?
Look at those. You got Dumb Crook News. You can mail to Dumb Crook News. John Boy and Billy, P.O. Box 19111, Charlotte, NC 28219. Email anybody but me at thebigshow.com.